So, Boruto, the latest chapter came out, chapter 23. It aired about 3 days ago, I think it was now, and it was fantastic. Now, unfortunately, the Boruto manga is monthly, so which does make things a little frustrating at times when, you're sitting there and you're just waiting in anticipation for what's coming next. But what came next was something that, I'm going to be honest, I was not expecting, and I don't think many people were expecting. Now, Boruto's team, Team 7, were fighting a Kara member, and we knew that this battle was going to get pretty intense, and finally, Konohamaru did something. Konohamaru has been absolutely shat on this entire series so far. But he was meant to be the next big thing. I mean, he's the future Hokage, in all fairness, and somehow he has just been completely forgotten. He's been absolutely forgotten, and, well, not really forgotten. I suppose, yeah, he is the leader of Team 7, but honestly, he hasn't done much. I mean, he struggles against characters that he really should be able to beat. Like, for instance, the Team 7's first mission against those guys that were supposedly Junins, but let's be honest, they were probably Chunin level, if that. He struggled. He did the Rasengan and he was able to beat them, but he had nothing else apart from that. And then, obviously, he was easily beaten by the Kara the first time. I mean, he was mortally wounded by AO as well. By the way, AO was, in his 60s at this point? He was half robot. I mean, the guy should not have been as strong as what he was to beat Konohamaru. I mean, the guy showed so much potential in Naruto Shippuden and Naruto, and then to make this character the way he is. But anyway, he came up with this jutsu that looks like it's the long-lost Sarutobi jutsu that we have never seen before. As we know, a lot of the big clans in the Boruto/Naruto series all have some form of secret jutsu that the other clans don't have. For instance, the Nara have the Shadow Possession Jutsu. The Uzumaki were famous for their sealing jutsus. Uchiha, Sharingan, the Hyuga, Byakugan. All of these clans have these amazing jutsus that are solely for them, but we've never known the Sarutobi jutsu. And the Sarutobi clan were one of the first clans to join Konoha, along with the Nara clan, the Uchiha, and the Senju. So it gets to the point where you wonder, how can this clan be such a prominent clan in the Naruto series and not really have one of these jutsus? And by the way, during the period in the Warring States, these guys were considered up there with the Senju and the Uchiha. They couldn't have just been basic ninjas with no secret ability. Turns out that they do have something. They're quite good at sealing jutsus. That's right. For some reason, we didn't see too much of that through Hiruzen. I mean, we did, but he technically used an Uzumaki jutsu. He didn't really use a Sarutobi jutsu when he fought against Orochimaru. He actually used an Uzumaki sealing jutsu, but it goes to show that he was quite good at sealing. And Konohamaru has a lot of seals, and said that he actually never is without a seal. Now, to me sounds like something to do with his clan, something that he was taught to do. And if you actually looked at the center of the seal that was on his stomach, that looked like a Jinchuriki seal, but it's not. It was just a regular seal. It actually had the Sarutobi logo in the center of it. So that to me indicates that this is a specific jutsu for the Sarutobi clan. Furthermore, Boruto awakened his seal for the first time, his cursed mark that he got from defeating the Outsi clan during the manga and in the Boruto movie. Well, that's the period of time that the episodes are in right now, but, we haven't gotten to that just yet in the animation. But we know that he's done it in the manga, and it's fantastic to see that he's finally utilizing that power, and the two together were able to, well, defeat the Kara members in kind of defeat them. They didn't really put an end to their danger, but they did momentarily show them that, hey, these guys mean business. Now, after the battle had ended, there was a bit of an aftermath. There were a few injuries from civilians nearby, and one of those civilians was someone that we've been waiting for quite some time. Now, if you guys recall, at the start of Boruto, the first chapters of Boruto and the first episode of Boruto, literally in the first opening seconds, we saw an adult Boruto, or a 16-year-old Boruto Uzumaki, versing someone called Kawaki. And now this is the character that we finally got to see make a manga appearance in chapter 23. Right at the end, we got to see a young Kawaki. Now, Kawaki is the character that supposedly kills Naruto in the future and also has the same curse marks as Boruto. That means he must have killed an Outski member. He had to have done it. There's no other way he could have obtained these seals from what we know of. There's no other way we know of that he could have obtained these marks. So this puts Kawaki in an interesting position at the moment, because at the moment he is quite injured. It looks like he was in a fight of his own, and he's unconscious. Right at the hands of Team 7. Now, we know that he survives. He survives because he appears in the future, and he's the one that obviously destroyed Konoha, because the two are fighting over a devastated village in the future. But this is the origins of Kawaki and Boruto, how they first meet, how they first grow to know each other. Now, to me, I personally believe, now we don't know much about it, but we can assume that chapter 24 of Boruto is going to showcase the beginnings of Kawaki, how he got to know the Konoha clan, village, and probably why he hated the village to the point where he wanted to see it destroyed. Now, the theory is that I have, conjured up, as well as some other people that I have researched on both Reddit and some other publications such as the Anime Scrolls, is that Kawaki could already be a Kara member, but due to his injuries, could possibly have amnesia. Now, this would make total sense, honestly, because Boruto knows Kawaki, and it looked like they knew each other at a personal level, not just as, I know who you are and you are my enemy. It looked like they were past friends in those opening scenes of Boruto. And to me, that means the amnesia might kind of make him a different person, where Naruto might take him under his wing, in the sense that he might be allowed to stay in the village. I mean, he's a young boy. He looks like he's about 10, 12 years old. He's a young boy, and it looks like Naruto might do that. I mean, he did that for the Uchiha Shin clones. They were just brought into a bad situation, and he gave them a home. And why wouldn't he do this for Kawaki? And then there's the other question. If he did do that for Kawaki, who trained him? Clearly, for him to be able to defeat Naruto, he must have been trained by some high-level ninja. Now, I doubt that it's going to be Sasuke. I really doubt that it's going to be Sasuke, because Sasuke is the type of character that he's not as forgiving as Naruto. He sees danger and he likes to eliminate it. Yes, he's gotten better. He's not, what he was in Naruto Shippuden, but he still is that sort of character. I mean, we got to see that with his pretty much slaughtering the White Zetsu without trying to even talk to them, and he was sort of merciful when it came to the Uchiha Shin clones, but at the same time not really merciful at the same as well. Like, the guy is a little bit more strict, and I don't think he would take Kawaki under his wing, especially if he thinks that he's got something to do with Kara. But someone like Naruto would try to reform the young boy, and I believe that Naruto will be the one that takes him under his wing, which would probably piss off Boruto, considering he's been trying to get Naruto's attention this whole time, and then doesn't, some random boy that he finds in the streets. So, I mean, that could be where the rivalry comes from. This could be the opening chapter of the next Hashirama Senju, Uchiha Madara, Naruto Uzumaki, Uchiha Sasuke rivalry. This could be it, right? This is the Boruto-Kawaki rivalry beginning in chapter 24 of Boruto. Personally, I can't wait for it. I think that this is going to be the most exciting chapter that we have seen. The Boruto manga has been amazing. I have to admit, I'm not a fan of the ninja tools. I'm really not a fan of the ninja tools. I think that it's ruining the shinobi world, in my personal opinion. But overall, the manga's been fantastic. The anime has been kind of ordinary, I have to admit. But the manga's been really good, and it hasn't been disappointing at all. So it's going to be great to see chapter 24 released. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait roughly 29 days until we get to see this chapter, because it comes out at the end of this month. So that's going to be a little disappointing, but you know what? When it finally gets here, it's going to totally be worth it. Now,